I won't let you down. This is, I mean, the greatest troops of all time.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Ever since the iconic Mulan movie came out in 1998, the titular main character has become a symbol for self-acceptance and breaking societal norms. However, even arguably more talked about than Mulan is her love interest, Li Shang, a man that has made it to almost everyone's top 3 Disney male character, give or take. The discussion that revolved around Li Shang mainly focused on if he was bisexual or not. And I'm here to argue that Li Shang was most definitely bisexual coded. Queer coded Disney characters are actually not hard to come by. In fact, Dion McLeod's research paper, Unmasking the Quillen, Queerness and Villainy in Animated Disney Films, specifically criticized the connection between the queerness of the villain and their evil deeds. By characterizing the evil villain as queer coded, this paints a negative image on queer people as villain. McLeod has come up with the term Quillen to A. Understand the intersection of queerness and villainy, B. To examine how and why the queer villain even exists, and C. To explore the implication of this character archetype within the Disney universe. The most popular example of a Quillen is Ursula, who is designed after a drag queen, Divine. However, before we dive into Li Shang's sexuality, we must define what it means to be queer coded. As we all know, the media is heavily, and I mean heavily, underrepresented. Almost all of the show or movie in the media represent straight couple who end up living happily ever after. A character being queer coded means that the creator are very subtly displaying traits that might imply they are queer. The creator do not explicitly state that they are, but only display for the audience to interpret. In Disney cases, almost all villains have some queer characteristic or trait, at least before Disney decided to adopt the whole plot twist villain into their movies.
Oh, Anna.
The connection between queerness and evildoer may harm the children or even adults watching the movie, perpetuating stereotypes that are simply not true. However, Disney has created a stepping stone by writing Li Shang as bisexual coded. As a movie set in China, a historically rather conservative country, LGBTQ plus support was close to zero. However, for the first time, the queerness of a character is actually tied to their protagonist, Mulan, who cross-dressed,
Hurt and traumatized.
and Li Shang, who falls for the identity Ping before recognizing that Mulan was a woman. While it could be argued that Li Shang simply saw Ping as a close comrade, the look on his face when he was training with Mulan shows another type of interest. I mean, he literally looked as if he wanted her to kick him again. The underlining subtext imply that during that fighting montage, Li Shang is impressed by Ping as a warrior. Therefore, it wouldn't be a stretch to say that he fell for Ping as well. During the montage of I'll Make a Man Out of You, Li Shang often picks Ping up and comes very close to, or sometimes even touching her.
Mr. Isle, out of you.
The article I'll Make a Subversive Reading Out of You, How Disney Mulan Works Against the Patriotic Gender Binary and Compulsory Heterosexuality points out that while this certainly reeks of male dominance, it
How about a girl who's got a brain, who always speaks her mind?
also implies sexual tension,
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening!
especially when you consider that Shang does this to none of the other incompetent soldier. Of course, we have to get to the very obvious scene of Li Shang finding out Ping was indeed a woman. During this period, Li Shang goes through turmoil as he decides whether or not to kill her. During this time, his internal conflict struggles.
I was rooting for you! We were all rooting for you! How dare you!
A life for a life.
As we can see, he eventually sticks to his word and spare her life as payment for saving him earlier. However, he is not relieved or visibly happy, which a heterosexual man trying to dismiss his homosexual feelings would be. Instead, he feels almost upset and betrayed that Ping, now Mulan, hid her identity from him, which could be interpreted in a way that he had accepted his own homosexual feelings towards Ping and was upset to find out that she was really a biological woman, having come to terms with his same-sex attraction. Just from this short scene, the audience can see that Li Shang is battling between his feelings for Ping and trying to accept Mulan as Mulan.
You said you trust Ping. Why is Mulan any different?
Later, after Mulan and Li Shang, as well as the other, of course, saved China from Shang Yu, a villain who unironically respect Mulan as a soldier more than anyone in the movie.
No! I did.
Li Shang and Mulan have an awkward conversation. He simply pat her on the shoulder and said,
You fight good.
this is also right after she fell on top of him.
Oops! Oh my god, sorry.
His only compliment towards her is attributed to when she was pink instead of Mulan, showing that he still connects his attraction to their relationship as a captain and soldier.
For what it's worth, I think you're a great captain.
Jess Kun, a student at California State University, explores the film queerness alongside China's cultural norms. Mulan, as Kung writes, is most definitely a westernized version of the famous myth, where Disney makes the story more about individual agency and heroism, making Mulan more exceptional than she already is.
She's a legend, and she is the
However, near the end of the myth, the girl returned to normalcy. As Kunz writes, the story as most Chinese know it is about filial piety, complete deference to the family and to the state. Clearly, not the typical kind, loving, helpless princess waiting for a man to come rescue her type of movie. It might also be this desire of wanting to go for something different that Li Sheng ended up being bisexual coded. Anyway, it's great. It's definitely my favorite Disney film for a number of reasons. Between the amazing music score, eye candy, and fulfilling fleshed out character, and deeper meanings from rewatch upon rewatch, Mulan is definitely hard to beat as the top favorite. It has also been an iconic film for the LGBTQ community. I wish we could talk more about this and ask you.
Would you like to stay for dinner?
Would you like to stay forever?